All right, so now let's go on and see where all machine learning is already being used, right? Which all software that we use on a day-to-day basis, be it a mobile app or a website or a backend system, which is looking at things we do, and it is using machine learning to actually improve and give a better output and a better experience to its users. So the first example is Google Assistant, right? So it sits right in your pocket in your mobile device, and it is continuously learning. So the machine is actually learning about what are the things that you typically ask, what are the things that you want to know on a day-to-day basis, what kind of news you would like to read, how do you speak, what kinds of languages you use, all of that, right? So Google Assistant is sitting right on our Android devices, and it is learning about us day in day out, right? Next is Google Maps, a brilliant example, right? Google Maps is solving the problem of how to efficiently get from point A to point B, right? The Google navigation part in the maps especially, right? So there the machine is continuously learning, okay, this is a better way to go from A to B right now, given the traffic conditions, given all of that. So essentially, Google Maps is using machine learning to figure out its business problem, which is how to most efficiently optimizing time, get a person from point A to point B. Then moving on to Netflix. So with Netflix being launched in India now, I am a regular Netflix user. And when I go to Netflix, I somehow see very good recommendations. I actually see, things that I would like to see. So Netflix is using the limited real estate it has in a very efficient way because it's using machine learning to recommend which movie I should see next, or which TV series I should see next, or which documentary I should see next, right? So there, Netflix is using machine learning to deliver a better user experience. Now, moving on, the online advertising. So I'm sure you all have noticed this. You go to one website, like maybe an Amazon or a Flipkart, you search for a product, you say, nah, I'll purchase this later. But then you see very contextual advertising that happens to you wherever you go on the web, right? Be it on your mobile device or on your laptop. You actually start seeing these contextual ads, which are, again, the machine has learned that this person has an intention to buy this. And then maybe, that product was out of stock. But then they will recommend to you other products which are similar, which are in stock on various platforms that you go and various websites that you go. So again, online advertising is gaining a lot by using machine learning. Moving on to things that we don't, witness, right in front of us. These are like hidden backend things which are using machine learning, like credit card fraud detection, right? So I have my credit card and I've been using it for like 3, 4, 5 years, whatever that is. But there is a pattern to how I use it. The pattern is which sites I use it on, which days of the week I use it on, what is the normal range in which my transactions are limited to, what are the kind of merchants that I pay frequently, right? What are the kinds of auto pays that I've already set up? So the machine in the background is learning for each individual what is their credit card usage pattern. And one way to detect fraud when your credit card is stolen is it might be used in a way that is abnormal. It is not fitting your pattern. In which case the credit card could decide to decline the transaction and save you in that case. So credit card fraud, this is again a backend system which is not completely user facing, but it is having an impact on the user. It is helping users protect their credit card. Moving on to medical diagnosis. So again, so many scans happen. There are so many digital images produced of various organs, scans, and all of that, right? So machine learning there is essentially helping detect and diagnose what is wrong with the patient by going through images, by going through vitals and things like that. So again, machine learning is very, very critical there in the medical diagnosis, and it is actually creating a lot of impact. Now, moving on to the new cool thing, everyone is talking about self-driving cars, and they are there. It's a reality in many countries now. So just imagine what it takes for a car to drive itself. Just the sheer volume of the problem it's solving is huge, right? So what can a self-learning car use machine learning for? So it can learn from past experiences that when I'm in this particular place, there is a speed breaker or the road is not in a good condition. And it can, automatically start slowing down as it approaches that. It obviously uses computer vision to see who are around it, but it can also see, learn about the user who's using it. What temperature of the AC does he like, and what kind of music does he like to listen. So again, machine learning is, again, critical, and it's being used in these fields. So I hope, with this slide, we are able to see that machine learning is already a reality. It is there, it is happening, right? And, and we are all benefiting, whether as, engineers or as product people or as business people, or as, even end users. We are all benefiting from, the awesomeness of machine learning.